Well, our next guest used to be the biggest bear on the street, but this week's WWDC prompted him to upgrade the stock to a neutral. Let's bring in Lightshed's Walter Piecyk. He's a partner and TMT analyst at the firm. Walter, great to have you with us. You're not a huge believer, though, that there's going to be a massive upgrade cycle. So why the pivot from sell to neutral?
You know, I think I'm just trying to get away or get out of the way of this massive AI train that's just waffling people all over the place. And, you know, it was predictable, I think, after they reported earnings that the stock was going to run up into WWDC. I just assumed it would sell off. So when that thing moved through 200, what it was telling me is what a lot of your panelists have talked about is this belief that, yes, the upgrade cycle is going to happen. And I don't have any data points to disprove that in the near term. We'll come back when we do get the data points, when we hear from the operators about what exactly is happening. But in the meantime, the bulls have won the day in terms of getting people hyped up that there's going to be 10 or 15% growth and there's going to be this massive upgrade cycle. But we've heard this before. I mean, years ago, it was the metaverse that was going to drive the super cycle. Last year, the super cycle was going to kick in for whatever the reason was, and it didn't. The upgrade rates kept going lower. Obviously, AI is new, but Samsung had a lot of AI features. Did their upgrade cycle improve last year because of AI specifically? No, it didn't. It went down with Apple and the rest of them. Apple's in a very easy point right now because people have very old phones, and there's a variety of reasons why you're going to upgrade your phone. So you should see some stabilization and inversion, but to expect operators to come in and subsidize that, probably not going to happen. And, you know, if there are some glitches in some of the early, I mean, I've been trying this beta of the iOS 18. You know, they still don't have the serious stuff in there. If you start getting reports that it's not delivering anything that gets you that excited to upgrade the phone, maybe you don't get a big enough upgrade cycle to deliver on these super bullish now growth estimates of 10 and 15% that are not reflected in consensus, right? Consensus didn't move after WWDC. What it moved on is really the bulls pushing this thesis that we're going to 10 to 15% top line growth within the next year or two. So we'll revisit it in a couple of months and see if there's any evidence that that's true. But, you know, people upgrade for different reasons. I didn't see anything from, no one came out of WWDC saying, wow, I need to get the phone for that reason. And everyone's saying it was as expected. All of these things were predicted. So what exactly has everyone so convinced that we're going to see this massive upgrade cycle and 10 and 15% growth? Which of the services that they announced?
Walter, I've been the victim of the steamroller in a bunch of different names. So let me ask you this. In terms of services revenue, Tim just mentioned the margins. If they can trend up to, let's say, 28, 29%, does that change the narrative a little bit in terms of the valuation at this point, which I still think is stretched?
Absolutely. But again, what is the bull thesis now? It's the iPhone growth. That's equipment revenue. That's not the high service stuff. So we keep switching what the narrative is, right? A couple of years ago, it was like, oh, it's going to be a services company, so let's put a high multiple on it. And then a lot of the services companies that were out there, their valuations imploded, and you were getting a higher multiple for owning an equipment company. Now we're saying the revenue is going to come from equipment, but at the same time, we're pitching this as a service company. Like, that doesn't fit.
Well, doesn't it come, Walter? I mean, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but doesn't it come? I mean, once people have more of these AI-capable phones, I mean, it was a developers conference because there are going to be apps developed based on AI, and so there will be more services revenue. No, I mean, doesn't it go hand in hand?
I mean, one of the theories for that service revenue, which is 2 to 3 years from now, is that it's Apple themselves charging you extra for Apple services, which they don't typically do. So, and one of the other pitches that I've heard many times in the past couple of days is, well, you know, they can provide you 20% of the population. But the AI only works on the most recent phones. So even if half the phones, 70% of the phones, let's say all of the phones get upgraded to an AI-capable phone over the next year, it's still only 15% of the base that you can actually layer these AI services on. So if you're going to build service revenue on top of this installed base, the installed base of AI-capable phones is only going to be 10 or 15% of that 1.5 billion iPhone base that's out there. So it's going to take a couple of years to get the installed base up to a point where you can sell services. And then the question is, where is that service revenue coming from? Is Apple charging you do they charge you for iMessage? Are they charging you for satellite messaging? Are they charging you, or are you just hoping to get enough app downloads where ChatGPT is going to charge you $20, right? And basically Apple's going to take their VIG, assuming that the regulators don't stop them from taking the VIG that they're getting today.